Welcome all. So we will. This is the first session, and thank you for everyone who are like attending, and I extremely appreciate your effort and determination towards learning of Iliad Wave and advanced things. Firstly, we will come to know, we will know before going to Iliad Wave, we need to understand these many concepts. That is trend analysis, types of charts, fractal nature, Fibonacci, RSI, and channeling the right way. Okay, we will go one by one. So firstly, I'll take these things. I'll try to finish it up. Okay, that's fine. I'll take trading view itself, so it is easy to write me. Anupam, is there any doubt to you, Anupam? Hello, Anupam.
Hello,
Yes, Anupam.
hello.
Yes, tell me.
Actually, the picture is not clearly visible.
Picture is not clearly visible.
Yes.
Like, what about now? You are screening this like at least uh, Alembic chart or something? No, not clear.
Network.
Is it clear to you? Like right now, it's a whiteboard. Is it clear, Anupam, now?
Uh,
Little bit.
yeah, little bit it is clear.
What about to others? It might be little network issue. Means internet speed might be.
Yeah, we can see the trading view
Yeah,
website.
trading white screen, and you
Yeah,
can concentrate on the cursor. Like cursor is
yeah,
moving.
yeah, yeah. We
Fine.
can see the person.
Okay. Okay. Right. So Anupam, shall we?
Yes.
Okay. Fine. So before going to Elliott wave, we need to understand like whenever we see the chart. Okay. So let's say this is the example of chart. So let's say this is the chart. This is how it looks like. I'll remove everything. So this is how it looks like, right? So what is the basic thing here is the candles. Okay. So I'll just show you from the beginning. So what is the candle? Let's say market opened at certain price. So this is our price axis and this is our time axis. This is our price axis. This is our time axis. Let's say the market opened at 100 rupees. Means in the morning, the first trade will be called as opening price. Okay. The market opened at 100 rupees. This is our opening price. Okay. And it went up to 120 rupees. So this is the highest traded price in the day. Means in the whole day, the 120 rupees is a highly traded price. That is highest traded price. So this is our high. And let's say market went down up to 80 rupees. Means this is our lowest price. This is our lowest traded price. And market managed to close at 110, let's say. So this is our closing price. So market opened at 100 rupees and went down up to 80 rupees, went high up to 120 rupees, and finally it closed at 110 rupees. Okay. So market opened at 100 rupees, traded up to 120 rupees is a high and 180 rupees is a lowest price and closed at 110 rupees. So this is how it looks like. Let's say this is a candle. So this is we call as a wick, this small line, we call it as a wick, and this whole it is called a body. This whole structure, this will called as a body, and this is a wick or tail, we can say. Okay, so let's say market opened at 100 rupees here, so this is represented. Okay. So market closed at 110 rupees, it went up to 120 is our high price, and 80 rupees is our lowest price. So this will be like if the opening price and this is a closing price, these are the two important prices. If the closing price is higher than the opening price, the candle will be green. Okay, by default the candle will be green. Suppose, let's say market opened at 100 rupees, same example, it went up to 120 rupees as high, okay, and 80 rupees as a low, and closed at 90 rupees. Okay, opening price is here 100 rupees, this is opening price, and 90 is our closing price C, 80 is a low price, that is L, and 120 is a high price, that is H. Okay, so this is a high price 120, opening price is 100, closing price is 90, and 80 is a low. So this is how the next candle it will become. Let's say this is the body and this is our tail. Okay, so this is 100 rupees is the opening price, and 90 is a closing price, 80 is a lowest price, and 120 is the highest price. So opening price is less than, sorry, the closing price is lesser than opening price, right? Here the closing price is higher than opening price, here the closing price is lower than the opening price. In case, by default the candles will be in red in color. Okay, any time frame if you take, for example, if you are seeing the market in 5 minutes, so in that 5 minutes, what is the opening price, what is the closing price, what is the high price, and what is the low price, that will indicate the candle. Okay, so I'll open one more stock, so we'll come to, let's say this is the ACC. Okay, I'll remove everything. Let's say from from here, if you are starting anywhere, you can take. If you are seeing this particular candle, let's say this green candle, if you just put the cursor on it, on the right side upper at this place, you can able to see the O means open, high means high, low means low, sorry, C means close, L means low, high, H means high, and O means open price. Okay, if you put the cursor on this candle, it is showing that 1199 is the opening price, 1400 is the highest price, 1195 is a low price, and 1381 is a close price. So opening price is 1199 and closing price is 1381. So it is a opening price is less here and closing price is high. So that is the reason the candle here is green. Okay, if you take this candle is a green, if you take this candle, a red candle, see the opening price it is 1584 and high price is 1595, low price is 1290, and closing price is 1354. Here the closing price is lower than the opening price. So that is the reason the candle is here red. It might be any color. So if you change the color, it will change the color. But by default, what shown in all charts, that is of green is like opening price is lower than the closing price, and red candle is closing price is higher than the opening price. Okay, this is how the candlestick or candles will represent you the four prices, the four important prices of the day. If you're seeing the chart in monthly, we are seeing the chart in monthly here. Okay, we are seeing the chart in monthly, so it is showing the 1 month's high low opening and closing prices. If you go for hourly, it will show you 1 hour chart. This is a 1 hour, complete a 1 hour chart. In it's a 1 hour candle. In that you can able to see the opening price, high price, low price, and closing price. Okay, so this is how the candles will form. Okay, now let's go for like what all types of the candles will be there. One is a candlestick, the very famous one we all see in every chart, in every website, or in our terminals. So candle type. And second is a bar chart. It's a candle chart. A second is a bar chart, and a line chart. And there is a Heikin-Ashi, and there are so many actually. If you see here, it's a halo candles, Heikin-Ashi, line chart, area chart, baseline, Renko, line break, Kagi. We don't need all these. Just three things you need to see. That is of candle chart and bar chart and line chart. Okay. Now I hope you all clear how the candle will form. Okay. Now coming to next, what is the bar chart? Here also is there is nothing difference. Only like this will be a bar chart, let's say. So the same here they'll show. This is the opening price in case it is a green candle, and this is your close price, and this is a high price, and this is a low price. If it is a green candle, if it is a red candle, let's say this is the opening price, this is a close price, or this is a low price, and this is a high price. Okay, high low won't change, only open and close and open will change. So this is a red candle and this is your green candle. So why we are preferring the bar chart in Elliott wave? What happened in while trying the trend line or channels? Sometimes the wick we will miss. So it is always recommended to read the chart in bar chart. Okay, read the chart in bar candles and try to put the lines to the bar chart itself. Okay, this is our bar chart. We will see the examples also. This is our bar chart, and there is a one more type of chart, that is the line chart. Let's say, for example, the market closed at 100 today. Okay, 110 tomorrow. Only closing price is important here. There is no significance for the high price or a low price or open price. Only in a line chart, the matters is what is the closing price. This is what a very important thing, because like whatever the market, let's say market opened at 100, it traded up to 150 rupees, and later it closed at 10 rupees. So what is the use of 150, 100? Nothing, right? The closing price is very important, because next day the closing price will be considered, and as per that only the next order will be placed, or next trading session or next trading will be happened. So this is the 100 rupees. Let's say it's a first day, and 110 a second day, 120 a third day, and again a 110 on a fourth day, and 100 rupees on a fifth day, and it went 90 on a sixth day. So what they do, only the closing price they mark it. Okay, it's a closing price, and they try to connect with line. So this is what the line chart. Let's say here it's connected 110, 120, 110, 100, and 90. So this is how the line chart looks. The only closing price here, nothing much. Only closing price, they just connected it. So this is your line chart. Okay, this is the bar chart, where the bar will be there and two ticks will be there. In that two ticks, one is a opening price and one is a closing price. And in candlestick, you will be having the body and wick. It will also show the open, high, low and close prices. Okay, so I'll just clear everything. Let's say this is the chart of hourly ACC. Let's say this is the candlestick or candlestick pattern. Candles you are able to see. There is a wick, right? Wick, 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 wick or tail. If you are changing it to bar chart, look, if you are very much aware of a trading view, then it's fine. Otherwise, I'll explain you once like how you need to use the tools. These are the left side. These are the tools for drawing the lines. So these are the trend lines, trend angle, horizontal line. By default, you will get vertical line, arrow, ray, parallel channels. And this is indicators where you can use pitchforks, Fibonacci, Gann-Fan. There is so many. And this is to draw a line or simple, like anyhow you are using for the drawing purpose. And this is the text where you can type the text like whatever you want. So it will come. And as of now you require this much, and this is the patterns where Elliott wave lining will be there, like 1 2 3 4 5, and I will tell you later. But these are the tools where you can use the tools. And in this above, you are going to use this as a day. It indicates day. It indicates a day candle, means day. If you're changing the time frame, let's say 4 hours, the one candle it will have the 4 hours, and this is a 3 hours. You are changing into, let's say, 1 minute. So every candle is a of 1 minute. Okay, so this is a time frame it will show. And the second box here, it is a bar showing. So firstly I'll go for candles. So this is the candle chart and candlestick chart. This is how it looks like. If you go for bar chart, the same. Only thing is that you won't be seeing any wick here. Okay, and like in Elliott wave or any channeling purpose, you better to have a bar chart instead of candlesticks. So make a habit of using bar chart itself. Okay, so now I am trying to show you in a line chart. So this is how the line chart looks like. So this is the line chart. You are able to see only closing prices on the daily basis. Okay, I hope everyone is clear up to now. Means firstly, what is the candlestick and what is the like bar chart and what is the line chart. Okay, I hope this is clear to everyone. Let's go further. So what's next we have? Fractal image. Right. So this is the bar chart and this is your candles. Okay, let's go for like whatever the chart it is or whatever the price it is in a market. There is something called fractal nature. Means what is the fractal nature? Means what is the smallest percentage, it will represent the bigger percentage. Let's say in our body we have a blood. Let's say we got a fever, so we will go to hospital and they test our blood. Okay, to test our blood they take only a 1 ml or 2 ml of our body, right? The 2 ml blood they take and they examine it, and they'll come to know like these are the infections you have, or these are your blood pictures. We will give the blood samples. No, there you will be getting the your HB, how much hemoglobin you have, and how much percentage of platelets you have, and whether you have any malaria or a typhoid. You will come to know in that 1 ml of blood. You will come to know the whole blood status in your body. So that is how in the market also a smaller pieces will represents the higher picture. So I will take an example of a leaf. Let's say this is a leaf. Okay, in that you will get a smaller portion of branches. Okay, right. So this is how it looks like. So if you take this whole box, okay, and if you zoom it, it will look like this. Right, this is how the branch look. If you take only one single branch of this, means smaller to smaller branch, if you take one of these, again you will find the similar branches here. Right, if you take the smaller one, you will again see the branches. So if you take smaller of this, actually only this piece, if you take, again you will find the sub branches in that branch. Right, so if you go on seeing in every small branches also, you will find another branch or sub branch. So this small branch itself indicates the higher picture, right? This small indicates the higher picture, and this whole leaf will represent the whole tree, right? In that you will get branches, and these branches you will get on the leaf also, right? So this is the fractal nature, which represent the smallest and tiny parts of the things, and the bigger structure too. Let's say they say that the human body contains they say that human body contains a 70% is of water, it made up of. Okay, in the universe, if you take the whole world has 70% of a water, it covered with the 70% of water and 30% with the earth, that is of land. So this smaller human body will represent the whole world or whole universe. I hope you all know 5 elements, that is water, the 5 elements, that is earth, water, air, and fire. Right, these are 5 elements. They'll say that earth, water, air, sky, and fire. These are they say that 5 elements. The 5 elements we can see in nature, right? You will see earth, you will see water, you can't see air, but there is a air in the nature. And sky, that is that space. And fire, you will see, right? And the same 5 elements, it's bigger in the earth, smaller proportion it will be there in our body, right? We have a water, we have a air where lungs are working, and sky we have a spaces. Fire we have like digestive fire, in eye we have fire, in tongue we have fire. There is a different kinds of subject it is, but whatever I am trying to tell you is, what is the smaller proportion, like the one single human can represent the whole earth. The one single human can represent a whole earth. And a single leaf, okay, single leaf will tell you about the tree itself. Okay, this is how in the market also it will be acting, because the market is nothing but the human emotions, right? Market is nothing but human emotions, like where you want to buy and where you want to sell. It's all depend upon the human psychology or human emotions that probably work in mass. Let's say we 10 people want to buy at 100 rupees. It doesn't matter much if 10,000 people want to buy at 100 rupees. it definitely matters, right? Or let's say 1 crore people wants to buy at 100 rupees. So this is how the market is working, right? Let's say, let's take an example of ACC itself. Let's say this is how the structure is. I go for a monthly chart, let's say. So this is a monthly chart, right? You are able to see this structure, that is one, let's say 1, 2, and third. Okay, I'll just remove this line. Okay, now you go for hourly chart. Somewhere it looks like similar structure. Okay, now see this structure, 1, 2, 3, right? Let's go for monthly itself again, back. See, so this is the smaller where I ticked it. If you see the structure, like it's going up, up, down, up, down, up, and down. If you're seeing from this, it is looking like not exactly, but the similar structure it has, right? It was in a hourly chart, it is making in a monthly chart, right? If you go and see, go on seeing like a 1 minute chart, you will see the different structures or similar structure. So I will show you an example of Syndicate Bank, where like we shared the chart in a group also, if you guys remembered. What was that? It was making a structure. Let's say this is the where I marked, actually it was not there earlier. Okay, so here we were in a monthly chart. I was thinking that okay, the structure is like this, right? And if you see in hourly, sorry, in daily chart, this was missing actually. This whole part was missing. So I will share the chart if I have, so that you will come to know like what, where I marked it. These the things where it was missing. So what I came to know is, okay, this is the structure it's making, but in this uh, daily chart, let's say, let's say this is how the structure was. Okay, I was like, okay, rather lines connecting them. I thought that okay, this is the structure which is making simple. Just visualize the thing, that is like structure is 1, 2, 3, or 4, whatever it is, whatever the picture it is making in a bigger time frame. Okay, in bigger time frame. And this was a point where I was seeing in a daily. I thought that this is the where we are missing it. It may come to bottom, then it might go upside. So this was that was my prediction. And after that, in after some days it happened same, like it covered, it means it come down. So this is a reply button I am pressing. See, so it went down. So what I'm trying to tell you is, the smaller to smaller time frames will represent the bigger time frames of the charts. That's what, it's very simple. So what is the smaller to smaller time frame will represent the bigger time frame. Let's say in 1 minute we will see the daily candles or daily market. In 1 minute it is making 1 2 3 4 5, let's say, and the correction is like this. Okay, this is of 1 minute, I'm telling you, it's a 1 minute can. And after that the same, it is making 1 2 3 4 5, and let's say ABC, and 1 2 3 4 5, and let's say this is ABC. Okay, this is a smaller time frame. And after the 3 years, let's say it's making like this. So this is a 1 minute chart from here to this is the high and this is the closing price. And in, if you go for bigger time frame, it will make like this 1, and this is 2, and it is going for 3rd again. So this is a bigger time frame. It's a smaller time frame, it is forming a bigger waves, right? So everything in the nature is a fractal. Everything is in nature is a fractal, and again they try to mix the things in the market. So that is how the market will work. Okay, in smaller time frame, how the market will work in any particular chart, it will be representing in the higher time frames. The same structure, the same movement will be, you are seeing many times, you are able to see those things. Okay, so as of now, fine. So up to now, I hope every thing is clear. Let's say, firstly, I'll repeat once again. So first, we came to know about the candles. Okay, so this is the opening price, and this is the close price, this is a low price, and this is a high price in case it is a green. If it is red, this is the opening price, and this is a close price, and this is a high price, and this is a low price. And in a bar chart, you're having the similar structure. Sorry, let's say this is a opening price, and this is a close price, and this is a high price, and this is a low price. And we came to know about the line chart. So this is a type of charts: candlestick chart, bar chart, and line chart. And we came to know about a fractal nature. Why I told is this: every the smaller proportion what is representing, it will represent in the higher time frame. That is the only motto behind this fractal nature. Okay, uh, up to now, is there any doubt? You can tell up to now. Up to now, any doubts? You can unmute yourself and talk. No issue. Parag, I will send you the recordings. If you're like anyhow, anywhere you're facing the problem and not able to hear or not able to see, after the session, I'll send the recordings to you. You can see them and like attend the next class. Okay, no issue about that. So it might be because of the slow network or else some issue with your end. I hope. If you face any, like if you're facing any blur screen or like low speed, you can. Okay, you better unmute yourself and ask which is the best time frame you need to see, whether in 5 minutes or 15 minutes. I will tell you like what all the things, are important, just to focus on like what is being told here. Okay, I will tell you what is the best time frames, and everything will be told. I won't miss a single point. I promise that I won't miss any single point to help your trading and in the betterment of your trading. So let's focus on what are the things taught here. These are the minute things which I am trying to cover, so that you won't be having any doubts, or the person like who are maybe a fresher to market, they won't be knowing these things and what is the chart and what is the thing. So that is the reason I go little basic also, like from the basic, so that everyone should understand. The people who know already, they might be feeling little bored, but it's okay. Okay, fine. I hope everyone is clear up to now, right? I'll unmute you. Actually, you can talk. Like, I hope everyone is clear up to now. Like, what is the bar chart and what is the candlestick and what is the line chart? Up to now, there is no doubt, right? I hope so.
Yes, sir.
Yes. Okay, fine.
Yeah, it's clear.
Yeah, it's clear to everyone.
Yes,
sir.
yes.
Okay, fine. Now I will go for Fibonacci. This Fibonacci series also same thing. The Fibonacci numbers, you might be aware of the numbers. These are the numbers, like what they did. They took a number. Sorry. This again a same thing. It's a 1. Let's say the number is a 2 here. They go on adding the number. So next number will be 3. So 2 plus 3, again it's a 5. And it's 3 plus 5, it will be 8. And 8 plus 5, it will be 13. So after that, it is a 21, 34, and 55, 89. It might be 144, like this. So these are the numbers. They go on adding one number to the previous number. This is 0 plus 1, it will become 1, and 1 plus 2, it will become 3, and 2 plus 3, it will become 5, and 5 plus 8, it will become 13. So the one adding the previous number, the next Fibonacci number will come. So what they did some adding and subtracting and dividing the things, and they came to know a series which they called as golden series. The golden series is they say is 68.1%, sorry, 61.8%. Just they say that it's a golden ratio. Let's say this is 100%. Okay, so this is 38.2. This is 61.8. These two numbers, they will say as a golden series. So this is 61.8 and this is 38.2. Means this also seen in very in the nature as well as in our human body, in every aspects. Let's say we have a example of a human body. This human body is also divided in the Fibonacci, a series of golden series, that is of this part or up to this, up to neck level, it is a 38.2, and this whole part is of 61.8. If you take conch or like square, if you see, if you are a like engineering student or from a like background of maths, you will come to know. So this is a square. This is the one square, let's say smaller square, and this we added one more square. Okay, this again a square. To this they added. So they go on connecting the high and lows like this. They connected like this and connected like this. So the structure will become a conch structure. You might be knowing conch. So I will show you the example itself. What is the like golden series of Fibonacci's. So you will come to know. So why we might be like very much interesting things which is happening in the market at exactly 68.1 or exactly at 38.2, exactly at 50%. Like the market will stand there, right? So market will stand exactly at that particular point and it reverses. How? It is not like someone is exactly want up to that level and want to buy from there or sell from there. Not like that. It is again a human nature or something which is perfectly working in the nature. It is also working in the market. So this is a square which I wanted to show you. This is a 1 Fibonacci number, 2 is a Fibonacci number, 3, 5, 8, 13, 21 and 34. They go on connecting the high lows. Let's say they are connecting the corners. So the structure will become like this. Okay. So this is the structure. The same like examples I'll go. So exit become. So you see the proportion. You will see there are various examples in the nature itself. So if you go for this is the structure. Let's say it's very proportionally Fibonacci numbers again. Why it is so? We don't know, because this is the nature manifestation to give the best. I think this is the best possible thing to perform the action or to live. So that is the reason. So this is the Fibonacci sequence in the nature, and in here also you will find the same thing. There's a like the Fibonacci numbers, the 5, 8 or something, or 7 or 8. In the human nature also, like human year also is the same of Fibonacci. This is of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Again the face will represent the higher Fibonacci numbers. Everything in a smaller to smaller things in the nature, it is represent the Fibonacci series. Here also you will see the egg shape is also the same in the same manner. If you see here also, it will be same, like the two petals, after that there is a petals, after that there is a petals. And this actually in the sunflower, there is arrangement of numbers or arrangement of this smaller pieces also represents the Fibonacci in the nature. Okay. So this is how those numbers are very important, because this is closely again related to a Fibonacci series. So this is how this is a galaxy structure. Again, it is represent the Fibonacci. Again, like in the galaxy movement or galaxy whole structure is of same of representing the Fibonacci numbers. This is the beauty of Fibonacci. Even see this our fingerprints. It is also represent the Fibonacci in the nature. Means something it is there in a nature already. They just invented that something is similar in the nature and something goes in that proportion. So there they find these special numbers of Fibonacci series, and those they try to implement in that in the market itself. Okay. So this is how the Fibonacci numbers. I will show you the Fibonacci numbers how they come. Okay. So this is how the Fibonacci numbers, I already told you, this is of 1, 2, 0, 1, 2, 3, 5, 8, 13, 21, 34, and 55. By adding 0 plus 1, 1, and 1 plus 1, 2, and 1 plus 2 is 3. Like this, they divide it to previous number or a square root or something they did. And after that, they arrived a Fibonacci series of important Fibonacci numbers, that is of 4 1. The golden ratio is that of a 38.2% and a 61.8%. That is very important Fibonacci series. And after that there is a 50%, there is a 21%, and there is a 161% and 261%, which you can see in Fibonacci series. So let's say this is a Fibonacci retracement level. So these are actually important numbers. I will try to show. Okay, again these are the important Fibonacci levels they arrived with. That is 0, and after that there is a 23, that is 23%, 38.2%, 50%, 61.8%, and after that it's 100%, that is 1, represent 100%. After that 1.1272, it is again 120%, it is 160%, and 260%, and if you go on 360%, and 423%. Okay, up to now just remember this, these are the important number which derived from the nature, and it's some nature's hidden number or something. It is similar to that, and it will definitely work in a market, and it is working in the market similarly. And these are the important Fibonacci numbers where our price may retrace or represent the same thing. Now you can able to see what I was trying to tell while telling the Fibonacci, sorry, while telling the fractal in nature. If you see the structure, let's say from here, if you take the structure, this is a bigger structure up to this. Is this similar looking? This structure is looking same like that, right? It is a bigger proportion. See the syndicate in daily. If you see the bigger structure, it is making like same structure. It is in the smaller time frames, right? So I was thinking that this is the end. So it is going below this, right? Here it's going below this. Definitely it will go below this. So this was actually prediction. So that is the reason we haven't bought the syndicate. Someone has asked me like whether to buy the syndicate at this particular level or at this particular level, they might have told. So I told them just wait, it the structure is looking the similar, it might go one down then again up. See how beautiful it is. The structure is similar in the higher time frame, and it is making similar structure in the lower time frame, right? See that this down, this up, down, up, again a smaller. And if you go for smaller time frame also, it will represent the similar thing, right? So 3 times up and fall. Okay, so this is how it works. Okay, that is the important Fibonacci percentage you came to know. Those are like, these are the, by default it will come, but 2 important series are very important. That is your 618 and 30 32 point, sorry, 38.2, sorry. So these are the 2 important Fibonacci numbers, that is 61.8 and 38.2. It's again they make it combine 100%. Okay, after that there is a 50% and 23% and even 786%. That is, I'll tick it this also at 78%. It is also important Fibonacci numbers. Okay, see this is the picture I wanted to show you. See in this body, like this is exactly 0.382%, that is 38.2%, and this is from neck to head, that is the 236, and neck to umbilical or abdomen region, it will 0.382 again. This is the 382, and this is a 61.8, and this is a 100%. Means totally this is 100%, and this to this is 100%. Means from length of your upper half and lower half will be the same. So in that upper half you will finding 2 structures, that is of 61.8 and 38.2%. Isn't this amazing thing, right? If you see in like eyes, in face also there is a similar structures, and that is a representing our um, Fibonacci series. these proportions are also a Fibonacci numbers. This is a very beautiful concept again. In I also they say this is a Fibonacci again. Everything yes, and everything in the nature is similar to that of Fibonacci levels, or else they something represent as fractal nature. Okay, and even in our hand also, this is the hand structure. This is the one Fibonacci, this is the one Fibonacci number, and this will be one Fibonacci number, and this small proportion of small things also we will see in different Fibonacci numbers. So that is what this Fibonacci level and Fibonacci retracement is very important. Okay, so see in this hand also they have shown the similar like ABC structure. Here also it's half of the body and half of the body. It's totally, if it is 100%, again it's a 0.382% and 0.618%. In that 0.382%, it is 100% again. In that there is a two slots, that is 0.382 and 0.618. This is what a golden ratio, and this in 100 they have similar 618 and 382. Okay. So what is important here? The Fibonacci numbers, whether it's they are working in a market or not, we will see now. Okay, let's take a chart of any chart. Let's say like by default I am taking, it's not like compulsory you have to take any chart. No, I am taking like just a VST Tillas or something. So this is the chart. Okay, it's a VST Tillas. So I'm taking from this as a low and this as a high. You just go for Fibonacci and see whether it's going to represent the Fibonacci series or retraced at that particular price or not, you will come to know. So this is the high. So this is a 0 point and this is a high I connected. See where it exactly retraced up to 50%, right? After that it took the support of 0.618 and went up to, see, 161% again, right? This is the high. Right. If you go for lower time frame, let's say I'm higher time frame, let's say I'm going from monthly chart. I'm going monthly chart. Let's say I'm connecting from this low as a 0 point, and one, this is, this line is represent a one, that is of 100%. See, the retracement is up to 0.5% and it went up to 1.618, again a important Fibonacci number, right? So if you go for hourly, if you remove this, so this is a one more retracement again. This is smaller retracement, smaller retracement, smaller retracement, and this is a bigger retracement. Or you can see any retracement. This is a high, the previous high, and this is a previous low. See, it went up to 0.786. Again, an important Fibonacci number. I'm connecting this high to this low. See how much it went? 0.618, right? After that, it came down. So this is how the Fibonacci work brilliantly in the market. Okay, it may go up to 618 or a 5 or the 0.382, then come down. Okay, so up to now we will come to know about the candles, bar chart, line chart, and Fibonacci series. And in a market they always say that be in a trend. Okay, you might be heard like trend is your friend, or like you need to be in the trend. So how you need to be in the trend? So that is a very important thing which we are going to learn now, like how we need to be in the trend. Okay, so I start that. So simply let's say this is a candle. Again I'm going for a bar chart. Let's say this is a bar chart. This is our opening price, this is our close price, this is our low price, and this is our high price. Let's say in second day, this is the first day, and second day market opened at this particular price. Let's say we take the example of this. So it's represent the time and it represent the price. Let's say market opened at day 1, day 2, day 3, day 4, day 5. Let's say from here it's 100, 110, 120, 130. Okay. Let's say from day 1 it went up to high this, and it opened here and closed here. Next day it went up again upside, manages to close here. Next day it went up to this and manages to close here. Next day it manages to close here, and the next day it came down. So it is opening price and it is our closing price. Next day it came again down. So this is our opening price and this is our closing price, let's say. So like how you need to be in the trend. Like if you see the market in a monthly chart, it will be always in the uptrend. If you see in weekly chart, it say that the sell. If you go for hourly, it will come buy. If you go for 5 minutes, it will say that sell or buy. There is a total whole confusion, like what is the trend right now, right? If you see the Nifty chart, let's take an example of Nifty chart. Nifty chart, they'll say that be in a trend. So nobody will tell you that what is the trend, right? Let's say if I seeing the market that is of Nifty chart, let's say I'll remove everything. Okay. See, this is how the monthly chart of Nifty will look like. Okay, let's take a candles or else a bar chart itself. Okay, so very important factor or important thing in the bar chart is you will come to know, like there is a left side, you are seeing this small point, it is a opening price, and the right side it's a closing price. If it is a red, see the left again a opening price and right again it's a closing price. Then right tick will represent always a closing price and left tick will show you the opening price. Okay, if you closely observe this, see the left side tick is opening price and right side tick is a closing price. In red candle also, left side tick is your opening price and right side tick is your closing price. Like for example, if it is, let's say the color is not like green and red, how you will come to know like what is the opening price and what is the closing price, right? Let's say you have a chart in black and white. Let's say the whole chart is black. So how you will come to know? Only by the tick. Left side will represent the opening price and right side tick will represent your closing price. Okay, this is the left side, this is the right side, means this is going up, this is going up, going up, going up, and this is going down. Okay, all right. So in the Nifty chart, how they say is what is the trend, they'll say that simply this is the trend, let's say it's going upward, then you don't want to sell the trade against the trend, right? You might have heard that don't trade against the trend. Okay, they say that what is the higher time frame trend is showing, you need to follow that. Means in the Nifty, if you're seeing from down to up, means from the level of this, that is from 1000 level, it came up to 11,000 now, right? If you're seeing in a market in a higher time frame, it is looking like it's going upwards, right? It's not going downwards anywhere. It corrected somewhere. For example, let's say it corrected from this 6,000 level to it came 2,000. again went to 6,000 level, again came to 4,000 level, again went to 8,900 level, again came to 6,008 level, again went to 11,000, and now it may down. But if you see the overall trend is upside or downside? Overall trend is upside, right? Because the price from 2,000 it went up to 11,000. So the overall trend is here upside. What they usually say is be in a trend. Be in a trend means what we need to do? We need to buy in a Nifty, no sell in a Nifty. This is how it show, right? If you're seeing in a monthly chart, I am telling, because the bigger time frame or the highest trend is towards upwards, so then you no need to sell the Nifty. Is it okay? No, right? Then how we need to be in the trend? It's a simple, like whatever the time frame you're seeing. If you're seeing in a monthly, it's okay. If you're seeing in a hourly, it's okay. If you're seeing in a weekly, it's okay. Everything. Let's say you are seeing the market in a weekly chart. So this is a weekly chart, right? This is the high and this is the low, and still it is going up and up. So again, we need to be in the trend. So how we need to be in the trend? So that is the first question. Let me clear you. I'm taking it a hourly chart. Okay. So what is the condition for being in a trend is, if the market is going high, you need to be in the buy. If it is coming down, you need to be in the sell. I'll repeat. If the market is going higher and high, you need to be in the buying side. If the market is making lower low, then you need to be in the selling side. So I'll show you once again. Let's say this is the opening price, this is a closing price. Next day market will again move high. So this is our opening price and this is our closing price. That is the right side tick. The third day again it went up and closed up. So this is making higher highs, right? These ticks are higher highs, means this is a high, this is higher than this, and this high is higher than this. And lowerly, it's making lower highs, right? This is lower low, this is lower high, and it is lower high. If the market is making higher high, we need to be in the buying side. Got it? If the market is making higher high, then we need to be in the buying side. If market is making lower lows, let's say this is the opening price, this is a closing price, it's a opening price, it's a closing price, it's a again a opening price, and it's a closing price. In this, what is the trend? Let's say it is making the trend for downside. It is making higher low, this higher low, and the lower is making lower low, lower low, and lower low. Means trend is in downside. So what we need to be do in this case, we need to be in the sell. The beauty of this concept means being in a trend concept, you no need to be stay out of the market. Got it? Means you have to be in the trend. For example, let's say somewhere around you are there in Nifty. Let's say from this low we will take. Okay. You need to be in the trend means what? Let's say this candle, the first candle, it is green. The closing price is very important in this type of trading. Let's say this is the first candle and this is second candle. The second candle went up to this and closed above this, right? The high is this and it closed above the high of previous candle. Okay. I'll repeat once again. If the market price or next candle is closing above the previous high, got it? High low is important here, not a closing and opening price. Okay. High and low. If the price is closing above the previous candle's high, I'll repeat once again. If the price is closing previous day's high and closing above the high, it will give you the buy signal. Okay, you need to be buy after breaking that candle's high. Let's say the next day the candle broke it and closed above that. We need to buy once it
Can you
crosses.
repeat that again?
Yeah, I will repeat. Let's say this is a green candle. I'll zoom out. Let's say this is the candle for downside. This particular candle, I'll just tick it. So this particular, sorry. Let's say this black lines candle, it broke the high of this candle, right? So 1031 is a high. It broke the high of this candle and closed above the high. Okay. It manages to close above the high of previous candle. Then you will going to buy on that. Let's say on crossing this, on this particular day, you are buying the Nifty. Okay. By keeping this low as a stop loss. You're buying here by keeping this as a stop loss. Okay, let's take next candle. It opened here, came up to this level and closed above this candle. So you are going to be in the trend. So that is in the buy. Let's say the next candle. This particular candle, what happened? It opened here and came up to low here and closes here. Means what it indicates here? Means it closed the previous low, right? The previous low is this. In its manages to close below the previous low, right? So it is the point where you need to sell. When you will sell? When this close, means the previous candle's low has to break. Means if this is breaking, then you will be out of the market. Let's say I'll just make it a little thicker. So you are seeing the red line. So let's say this is our closing price. We bought at this particular point at the level of this, that is of 10,147. Let's say we bought at 10,147. This is our buying price, right? We bought at 10,147. Okay, and our stop loss is this, and the previous candle is red, and after the next day it closed below the closing price, means manages to close below the close price, then it may turn back towards our stop loss. So then when we need to exit it, when it closes below. For example, let's say the third day candle, if it is came down, let's say, so this is the opening price and this is our closing price, then we need to exit here. We need to exit here and initiate the sell setup. Okay, we need to exit it and initiate the sell setup. Means we need to sell the Nifty. You know what I said in the earlier, like you no need to be stay out of the market. You need to be in the trend. In the trend means you have your position should be open. Whether it's a buy or a sell, you need to be open in the position. So let's say, so this is where we thought to exit. If the market closes below this, we are exiting, and after that we are going to initiate the sell setup, right? But it hasn't happened. So next day, what happened next day? It's again a green candle. It opened high, went up to this and closed this, and manages to close above the previous candle's high. So this is the previous candle's high. It manages to close above the previous candle's high, right? So next day, so this is the trend. Let's say this is the third day. It closed here. Means we are going to stay in the trend. What about the next day? This is the next day. It's opened high and closed below this, right? What we need to do here again, if the next candle, if it is breaking this candle, we need to close our position, that is close our buy position and initiate the sell position. Whether it's came down the next candle, no, right? So again we are going to in the buying position only, then we are not exiting anything. Let's say it's going high again, okay, high again, closes high again, closes high, closes high, closes high, closes high, closes high, closes low. Let's say close is low but not to previous low, right? Again let's go for this. It's closed here, 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 but not below the previous low. So this is the low now. So in this particular candle, it came down, but it manages to close above the previous low. See this candle means at this particular point, let's say at this. Now the next day what happened? It closed below that. It is below, the closing is below. So what we need to do at this particular point, at this particular candle, we are going to sell the Nifty and initiate the sell setup below this. Okay. So we are going to sell here and initiate the sell if the price is closing below this. So we are exiting it and closing here and initiating the sell setup. Means we are selling here. Sorry, I'll just repeat you once again. See, in from this particular level, from the 10,147 level, let's say from here, a 10,143 or 147 level, no two candles or no candle has manages to close below previous low. This candle has closed previous low, but the next candle opened at high. Then we are going to stay in the trend only. And when we exit at this particular price, when price manages to close below that, there we are going to exit at what price? 10,619. We are buying at 10,152 and selling at 10,619. Okay. So this is what you need to be in the trend, means you need to be in the trend on the basis of closing price. Got it? I will tell you one more concept. That is what, let's say the trend is moving like this. Let's say this is the first day. It's open price and it's a close price. Let's say this is the second day. This is your open price and this is a close price. Let's say this is the third day. It's a open price and it's a close price. It's a fourth day. Sorry, the lines are actually not coming straight. Okay. Let's say this is the third day. Okay. So what happened after the third day? It came a candle like this. What we say it is, we will say it as an inside candle. Okay. What is the inside candle? Means the candle is neither breaking the high of the previous candle nor breaking the low of the previous candle. Okay. This is what we say as a inside candle. So this is the inside candle. The present candle is the inside candle because it's neither breaking the high of the previous candle nor breaking the low of a previous candle. In case of a like inside candle, what you need to be do, the previous candle is high. This high has to break to stay in a buy, or to sell it needs to break the low. Means this candle won't represent anything. The previous candle is important because that is a high and low are higher than this. So the inside candle if came, you need to be in the trend. That is, for example, you're buying here, you bought here, it went up to that. After that, it came an inside candle. You need to be in the trend only. So you no need to sell it until and unless it closes below the previous low. That is, this particular day's low has to break. Then only you are going to exit and sell. Otherwise, no. Let's say, for example, next it came an inside candle. That is a smaller candle. And the next day it came a bigger candle. That is the opening price is here. Let's say this is a red candle. Means this is a outside bar. This is inside bar and this is outside bar. In the outside bar also the trend is remain same. You need to stay as per the high and low of the trend. So once it breaks above, you need to be stay in the trend for buy side if you are buying from downside. And if it is closing below this, the next candle is very important. If it is closing below that, then you are going to stay in a sell, or if you are buying it, exit and initiate the sell position. I will repeat once again. I'll repeat once again. Let's say this is your opening price. This is your high price. It's a closing price. The next day market opened here and manages to close above the previous day low. Well and good and enough. After that, it opened here and it's closed above that. It's well and fine. And after that, it made an inside candle. Let's say it's an inside candle. It's opened at this particular price and closed at this particular price. Again, you are going to do nothing because you are going to stay in the trend. That is, you are buying it, right? Let's say next day, another inside candle. Let's say another day is the inside candle again. Let's say this is the thing. You no need to do anything. Okay. Until and unless it crosses the previous high or this particular high. The next day, if the another outside bar has come, let's say this is a red candle, this is the opening price and this is the close price. What you are going to do? Nothing. You are staying in the buy itself. The next day candle is very important, whether it's breaking the high or low. If it is breaking the high and closing above the high of these candles, then only we are going to stay in the trend. Breaking is not important. After breaking, it needs to close. The closing price should be above the previous highs. Okay. Otherwise, let's say the next candle is like this. Then you are going to exit here and initiate the sell setup once it breaks the low. Got it? The same thing has happened in a Nifty itself. Let's see. Let's say up to now. From now, let's say from here, we bought at this particular price. After crossing this particular price, that is of 150, let's say. Okay. The next day, there is a outside bar. It manages to close the previous day, but what is the rule? It has to break this day's low. Then only we are going to exit and initiate the sell setup. Otherwise, no. Again, the close is high here, close is high here, close is high, close is high, close is high, close is high. There is again an outside bar here, right? So this is the outside bar. So we are going to stay in the trend. So this is the inside bar, let's say, right? So, sorry. So this is again an inside bar. So this is the high and this is a low for as of now. So let's take for example, let's say I'll just there is an option called replay here. I'll just play a replay here. Okay, let's say from here I'll just remove everything, so it will be easy to you. Otherwise it may confuse you. Okay, let's say here we initiate the trend. Let's say we bought here. Okay, now I'll play it little slow. Okay, let's see what is the close. Close is low, but above manages to close above that. The next day, let's see what happened. Close is above the previous close. Close is above the previous high. Close is above the previous high. Close is above the previous high. It's the outside bar, right? Here it's outside bar. Again we need to wait this high and this low and this high need to be break to change our opinion. As of now there is no fear of selling it. We need to be in the trend, right? So we are still in the buy. See again an inside candle here. If you see, this is the high now and this is the high. So these are the inside candles, so two candles, let's say. So it is inside the candle only. It manages to close above that. It closed below, but we are not going to sell as of now. Above, right? It went up, 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 manages to close, but not the previous low, right? At this particular price, let's say here it crosses and manages to close the previous day low. This is a previous day low which I marked. It closed previous day low. Then we are going to exit here at this particular price. That is what is level, might be a 10,680 level. We are going to exit. So this is the what you make if you are in that trend. So once you exit here, you need to initiate the sell when it crosses and closes below this. Means you are selling here right now. Okay, now you are selling it because it manages to close the previous day below the previous day low. Okay, at this particular point, we are selling it. Okay, now we are selling it by keeping this candle's high as stop loss. I'm selling at 618 level. Let's see what happens. The next day it manages to close and hit our stop loss, right? Next day it opened and hit our stop loss and manages to close above that. We exited here. What is the loss? 618 to 707. Let's say 100 points loss. After that, if the price is manages to close above this candle, so this is the high, then we are going to again buy, or else we are going to sell again if it is manages to close this low. Let's see. Presently we are not going to buy or sell, either not in a buy or not in a sell. We're just watching it because it has to break. See, at this particular point, what happened? At this particular price, it went up and manages to close above, right? Where we need to buy. Let's say this is our buying price. It manages to close above the high. So after crossing this, we need to buy. Let's say at 816 we are buying, keeping the stop loss of 770. Went up and again our stop loss hit here. We are closing, let's say another 50 points, 150 point loss, and after that it will be our next candles, important candles to initiate the sell and buy, right? At this particular point, again I'm selling here at 682 level, keeping this as a stop loss. I am selling now. I am in sell now. Okay, that's it. Closes managed to close below the previous low. Closes below the previous low. let's say this is the high now, and this is the high now. It's not closed above the high, right? Yeah. See, it's closed. See, at this particular price, it closed above the previous high. Then we are going to exit here at this particular point. Means we are making a 28 or 30 points, right? Again, we are buying here to upside. At this price, I am buying it. Let's see where I'm going to sell it. It manages to close below that, our stop loss hit again. So we are going to buy again here after closing this high. No selling as of now. We need to sell here. Again, let's say we lose 50 points. It manages to close above. Then we are going to buy again here. 685 is our buying price. It manages to close. Here we need to close 811. Here we made somewhere around 150 points, right? It's an inside bar again. It manages to close below, but it manages to close above. Okay. In this, let's say we bought some, we sold some. Okay. After that, if we sold here, you are definitely, after that, if you sold here, we will make this and our stop loss hit. Like what I'm trying to tell you, for this high, whenever there is a trend, let's say you got a 600 points here, you might be losing 100 points here and 50 points here and there, or let's say 100 points. If you're losing more than 300 points also, it's okay. But whenever there is a fall like this, you will definitely make the money. Like in this setup means, what is the setup here? You need to be in the trend. Okay, here, let's say here we can do one thing. We can keep on modifying our stop loss to the previous high. So we can do, and we can exit here only. After that, we need to wait. Again we buy, again we exit here. So this is how it will work. In the it will call as a reactive method. What is the reactive method here? Whenever the price is closing the above high, then we are buying. If it is closing below the previous low, then we are selling it. So this is how it will work. Let's say, for example, in this case, like whenever there is a trend, for example, let's say, for example, if you're buying at this particular price, you are exiting at this particular price, right? At least you cover these many points. From this level, that is a 520 or 406 level 2, you are exiting at this particular price, that is 11,000, 600 points. After that, at least you are covering these points. From once you sell this, let's say you exited this and above this is the closing price at this particular price, that is a 570. From 930 to 570, again a 400 points or nearly 350 points. So totally it will become 400 points, 500 points, and this is 300 points, 800 points. Okay, but in this case, the sideway, you may lose some. You may, like in the trend, like you buy and you stop loss it, and you sell your stop loss it, you buy, you stop loss it, you buy, sell your stop loss it. It's okay. But whenever the trend starts, the new trend starts, again you are going to make a money, right? So what is the beauty of this concept is, let's say here you make a money, here you make money, here you some may lose, after that you make a money, here you make money, here you lose, here you make money. So in consolidation phase, you may lose some money, but I will assure you, you are never going to be in the negative or in the loss, right? Until and unless there is a like drastic changes, right? If you see the overall Nifty, let's say from this down, you may be exiting here After that you are exiting here, after that exiting here, you will cover these many points. You may be losing this 30% of this in a consolidation phase, or 40% of this in a consolidation phase, but you definitely going to earn in this trend, like in the downtrend trend or upside trend, or these many trends you will cover by giving stop losses in the consolidation phase. Okay, in the consolidation phase you are going to give some points, but you are definitely making the money with this concept. So this is what we say as being in the trend. It might be a hourly chart, it might be a 5-minute chart, it might be a 1-minute chart, it might be a monthly chart, it might be any time frame. But whatever the time frame you are using, you need to trade on that basis only. For example, if you are trading on the 15-minute basis, your stop loss and your targets will be according to the 15 minutes candle, and your stop loss and your target should be according to your time frame only. There is a recommendation, they say that one time frame lower you can exit. For example, if you're trading in an hourly chart, you need to exit in half an hourly chart. For example, let's say you are trading in hourly chart. Let's take this as an hourly chart. Okay, let's take any high or any low. For example, let's say this is the point where it manages to close previous low, then we are going to sell here, right? At this particular low we are going to sell at 10,870 level. Next candle closes here, next candle closes here, next candle closes above the previous close but not high. At this particular candle, see, this candle is manages to close above the previous candle high, right? So you are selling at 869, you are exiting at 800. That 60 points you are covering in this trend. After that, what will happen? Again, you are buying here at this particular price only, that is of 10,805, and you exit only when there is manages to close previous low. So 805 is a buying, and might be you are losing 5 to 10 points here because this is your a stop loss. At this particular price you are closing it and you are initiating the sell. Again, let's say you are losing some points, but once you got this particular point when it manages to close the previous day low, then you are going to sell here, and where you will exit, the close should be above the previous high. So this is the above previous high. On the gap up opening you will exit. So you are selling at 801 and buying at 70715. Again you are covering nearly 80 points. So this is how you need to manage. Otherwise, the one lower time frame, let's say if you're going in half an hour or a 30-minute chart, okay, let's say you sold here, you need to exit on the basis of 30-minute chart. If the 30-minute chart is closing above the previous day close, then you can exit there and book your profit so that you will lose little. What happened in this particular candle, let's say you initiate the trade on the basis of hourly, and see this, at this particular level you are exiting, okay, on the basis of 30-minute chart. Closes above the previous, then you are going to exit here, or once it crosses this level. So that is what, like 801 to 730, 60 points or 70 points you are making. Or you can keep on trailing the stop loss so that you won't be missing your profit. Okay. So understood? If you are using a time frame of, let's say 15 minutes, you need to be stay in a trend in a 15 minutes only. You can exit in 5 minutes candle by seeing the 5 minutes candle. Let's say this is the yesterday's trade. Let's say on the basis of this, what you will going to do, this is a previous candles, right? We are going to buy as it manages to open high. So we are buying at opening, let's say at 618 or 600 level we are buying. So when we are going to exit here, see, close is above this, close is above this candle, close is above, close is above, close is above, right? because this is the inside candle, it needs to break this candle's high or low. So this is a close, 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 and this particular candle, again it's the outside bar, right here it's outside bar. This big red candle is outside bar now. So this price has to break. That is of 691. It is breaking but not closing above that, not closing above that, and you are exiting at what price? Or again you are in a like in a buy mode, but still after market is closing, you no need to take any risk. Then you can exit at market closing basis. Then what is the closing price here? 10,700. That is 711. You bought it. You bought at what price? That is of, let's say you bought at this, or after crossing this, let's say you taken a position at 649 and you are exiting at 700, 50 points. The method is very simple and very effective method, a very effective method and very simple method it is, on the basis of closing price to the previous high or previous low. I hope you clear. Okay, you need to wait whenever there is an inside candle or there is a outside candle. This is the inside candle, you need to wait, and this is the bar candle, you need to wait, and you need to stay in the previously whatever your trend. You might be in a sell or you might be in the buy. You need to be stay in that particular trend only. Okay, got it? Any doubts as of now? We covered bar chart, line chart, candlestick chart, and what is the like Fibonacci, important Fibonacci numbers, and we covered how we need to be in that trend. Up to now, if you have any doubt, you can ask me. I'm just unmuting yours, so that this type of trading, what is the drawback of this is, this is a reactive method. Okay, what is the drawback of this? This type is a reactive method, and we are going to learn a active, that is a predictive method. There is a two types. One is the reactive method. See, one is the reactive method and one is a predictive method. What we learn as of now is a reactive method. We need to react on the basis of closing price. Okay, we need to react on the basis of closing price. And now where this is fails, means this particular trend setup and trend following method will fail. So there only we are going to learn a predictive method. That is what we are going to learn in Elliott wave. Okay, got it? Now why I'm stressing is this is a reactive method. We can stay in the market, but we can predict the market to avoid this consolidation phase. We can avoid these consolidation phases by predicting the prices by using Elliott wave. Got it? So we are going to like learn further, like how you need to be in the predictive method when I'm like I will tell you about the Elliott wave and how we need to predict the prices. Okay. So as of now, we covered line chart, bar chart, candlestick, Fibonacci numbers, and like how you need to be or we need to be in the trend. Okay. And I'll just finish one more concept. That is, you might be everyone know about the RSI, right? It's a relative strength index. I just add that. You can add from here indicators. Just click it and type the RSI. You will find RSI, that is relative strength index. So you can use this RSI to make your decision for a buy or a sell. Okay, so I will tell you a little about RSI now. So RSI is simply, it will show you the strength in the trend. Okay, RSI will show you strength in the trend or a momentum in the trend. Strength or momentum in the trend it will show. Okay, let's say this is the RSI. I will just draw once again. Let's say this is the RSI. They say that okay, RSI is moving like this. It came down, it moving up, down, up, down. In a technicals, like in classical technicals analysis, they'll say that these are like overbought zone and oversold zone. Okay, they'll say that let's say it is a 80 level here, it's a 20 level here. Whenever the market or RSI reaches 80 level, they say that it is a overbought zone, so market may reverse from there. And whenever there is a market goes to 20 level, it is a oversold zone, so this is a good opportunity for buy, they say. But I'm not going to stress on that, because it won't be correct always. Like for example, if there is a RSI is 80, we are going to sell from there, no. Okay, and if it is a RSI is 20, we need to buy, no. This is 100% false, because whenever you are reacting on the basis of RSI, you will tend to make a different decisions. That is a wrong decision. So don't make on the basis of RSI, don't make your decisions on the basis of RSI. I will tell you what is the RSI in Elliott wave and in our trading purpose. Let's say this is a RSI, this is a high and low. High and low, you just manage this as a, you just think that this is a higher price and this is a lower price. Okay, in that also you can able to see what is the high and what is the low. But where we are going to make our decision and when and how we need to use the RSI is a secondary confirmation. I'm repeating it. This is RSI we are using only for a secondary confirmation, not a primary confirmation. Okay, the primary confirmation, we have to see the price action is a primary. Very important thing, a price action is a primary confirmation we need. To take a support, we can take a support as a secondary support from the RSI. Okay, on the basis of RSI, we are not going to make any decision. Clear? Okay. Let's say the price is going this like this, like this, like this, high and high. This is a high, this is a higher high, and this is a higher high, right? This is a low, higher low, and higher low. Let's say RSI is moving like this. It went up and high, and it's making down. So here the price is making higher high, that is HH, higher high. Here the price is making higher high. Okay, let's say RSI is making higher high here, HH, higher high here, higher high here, but here it is higher, it's a lower high. See, the price is making here higher high, right? The price is making higher high. Okay, and RSI is making lower high, or there is lower high. High, this is a high and this is lower high. This is a lower low and this is a low and this is lower low. Let's say the price is making higher high and the RSI is making higher lows. What it means, the speed or a momentum in the trend is decreased. Means the price may reverse. May, it should not. Okay. It is a may. It may reverse or it might not be. For example, if it is come down, again it may go spike. So from here it will give one more spike to you. But this will indicate you like price is going higher high and RSI is going higher lows. It will indicate you the price may reverse from here, a reversal zone. Okay, PRZ, the price reversal zone. It might be a price reversal zone. Let's say the price is falling from here and here one more fall, but RSI is making like, let's say is it making like this lower low, and again it's making higher high. Here the price is lower high, but RSI is making higher high. Right? In this particular also you need to be careful. Like in this particular you may see the price reversal. Okay, you may see price reversal. So this is the use of RSI. We used in Elliott wave or in any trend basis trading to know the reversal zones. Okay, let's see, I'm taking this as in trend. Okay, let's see, if you're selling on the basis of RSI by seeing that okay it is an overbought zone, like all the level from here, see it is above 60 level or 50 level, it is on the 80 level only. See the price, if you're selling here again you stop loss will hit, selling here again stop loss up to this. See the price moved from this level to this level, but your RSI is showing above 80 only or above 70, that is of in overbought zone. You're not going to make any decision on the basis of RSI, buying decisions I am telling. Okay, let's say I'll go for a weekly chart. See, this is the high. Let's say this is the highest point here. I'm just marking it. So this is a one high. This is the second high. The price is making higher high. So I'm zooming it to clear you people. Let's see. See here also. See. What is the price here is making higher high, right? See the price, it's going higher and high. See the RSI, it's making lower highs. So it will indicate you the price may reverse from here. Okay, the price may reverse from here. So the same thing happened here. After this it came down, see, and see the RSI here, it is supporting again at this particular price. This is a low and this is a low, it's fine, it is the low, and see the diversion here. So this is the low, this is lower than this actually, right? See the price is here, lower low, the price is low here and low here, but still see the RSI, it's making low and higher low. This is the diversion. This will indicate your price may reverse from here, and it will confirm you okay price is reversing here and the close is above the previous day's high, then we can take a buy decision here. Okay, this is how you need to be using RSI to identify the trend and being in the trend. Okay, this is again a diversion actually. Let's say this is the highest point. You need to draw the vertical line. So this is the highest level, and after that there is a high, but diversion in the RSI. If it is a weekly chart, so that is the reason it is showing you a like line like. So whenever you change it to what's say daily basis, you will see the diversion. So this is the highest point, this is the lowest point, this is a low, and this is a high. But again, you will see the diversion here. The price is low. Okay. So this is the use of RSI, and RSI we are using to get a confirmation about the trend reversal. And we are not trading on the basis of RSI. We are again going to trade on the basis of price only. On the confirmation of price confirmation only we are trading. To the secondary confirmation, we are using the RSI. Got it? Okay, let's say, for example, here it's coming down, again red candle. Okay, but RSI is showing you diversion. Then we are going, okay, not to sell from here. We'll wait to give a buy signal. There we can make a use of RSI. Whenever there is a buy signal, you can again buy it. Okay. Right. So up to now, we covered candlestick, bar chart, line chart, RSI, Fibonacci, and use of RSI, and like fractal nature. Okay, and being in the trend. So as of now, if you have any doubt, you can